Aloha, it's your boy Neglected Gundam. I hope you weren't too lonely since the last time you saw me. Now today we will be looking at the high-grade Gouf custom. This is the second work in progress where I installed a plot plate. And without further ado, let's get started.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.
Okay, so you guys are already familiar with this project. This is the high-grade Gouf custom that I did the giveaway for. The winner of this giveaway has not received this Gouf yet, as I'm still working on it. So I went ahead and designed some plot plate, a design that I think it would give this kit a little bit of flair. And we'll see how we go ahead and take a straight piece of plot plate and wrap it around that pauldron. So right here you can see that I'm just applying the thin cement just to the middle of that piece so I can stick it on the edge of the pauldron. And I'm only focused on this for now. So this actually takes quite a while to dry. So it probably took about 2 minutes to dry. Overall, it's just me holding it in place for about 2 minutes or so. So really, I'm just focused on getting the middle stuck. And as you can see, I just kind of touched it and it took it off again. So, you know, you just have to be patient and hold it on there. But we do one section at a time. Right here, it's only going to be maybe a centimeter, maybe even just half a centimeter more of thin cement. Okay, and since the pauldron is actually curved, it made the straight piece kind of slide upwards. So right now, while the piece was still wet and the cement was still wet, I was able to pull it down with my thumbnail and put the plot plate in place where I wanted it. Otherwise, because of the nature of the curve, it was trying to get it to go up. When it comes to removing the plot plate, you can use nippers or the X-Acto knife. For the X-Acto knife, I just press it down against the mat, give it a good firm press, and you know what I said? I said, get out of here, kid. And since I didn't have any audio when I recorded this video, I'll just fill this part in for you. Next up is going to be the Tamiya putty. So from the bottom of the piece and the bottom of the plot plate, there's a gap, and I just wanted to go ahead and fill that in and make sure that it was nice and smooth, and that plot plate looked like it went straight down to the bottom of the piece. So as you can see, I am being pretty generous with the putty. I just want to make sure that that gap gets completely filled in, and while the putty is wet, it's a good time to shape it and make sure that you have minimal sanding to do when it is dried. This piece here is going to be the right bicep for the Gouf custom, and I'm making a custom piece of plot plate for it. So I knew that I wanted a gold bangle to wrap around the bicep, so I took measurements, which you'll see here in a second how I did that. And what I did was just create a custom design out of my head. I knew that the Gouf custom has the spikes on it, so I wanted a bangle that was going to be a little more pointy and a little bit flowy. So I went ahead and just drew it out. I really like index cards because I find that they're good for measuring the piece and also designing and drawing out your design. This is going to be an example of how you measure it out. So I just took a really long piece of index card and wrapped it around, and where I found where it overlapped, I went ahead and cut that piece. So this is the piece after it's already been cut, but you'll see that I wrap it around and I take those measurements. I'll use that same piece of index card to draw out my vertical lines. Right there, I draw out the first one and draw out the second one. And then when it comes to the horizontal lines, I took a piece of plot plate that was actually a little skinnier than what I wanted, just to kind of keep my drawing in check, and I went ahead and did those horizontal lines. Next step is just to take the X-Acto knife and cut everything out. Just gotta be careful you don't want to cut into your template, so just take your time and be patient with it. So let me interrupt the video really quickly and say, you know, I don't know if this is the definitive way to put plot plate on and make custom plot plate. However, I knew that for this project I had a need of putting plot plate on, and so after giving it a couple days thought, well, this is how I decided to do it. With a little more research, you guys might be able to find an easier way to do plot plate, but for my needs, this worked for me. I'm just going to let this part of the video just play out because it's pretty self-explanatory for what I'm doing, so go ahead and enjoy and see how I cut the rest of this plot plate out. And you know what I said? I said, get out of here, kid. Now here comes the fun part with the Dremel. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out those templates. You'll see that I do wear safety glasses. I do like to protect my eyes, and anytime there's safety involved, I recommend do everything you can to be safe in this hobby. So what I went ahead and did is put the tape on top of my templates, and that way I'll just cut through the tape and the plot plate as well. And what the tape does is help to protect the markings from the pencil so you don't rub them away. So in order to wrap the plot plate around this piece, just go ahead and put your cement on the piece. Let it sit there for about 30 to 45 seconds just to give it like that melting power, you know, the chemical reaction that melts that plot plate so you can bend it around that sharp corner. However, this piece did break in half quite a few times, and you just remedied that by good positioning, a little bit of putty later, and then sand it down. You can't even tell that it broke. Now, I didn't emphasize that in this video, but that's how you remedy that problem. And just to conclude this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you the whole process from start to finish with the knee pieces. So you just design what you want the plot plate to look like, and then you cut it out, put it on the knee, and then what you have to do when it's on the piece. But I will say that this drawing here, I drew out a couple different things. Even though you see me cutting this one out, I didn't like it, so I went ahead and made something a little better, because these ones, when you put them on, they angled down, but I wanted the plot plate to angle up, so that's where I got this one from. On all the pieces with plot plate, I went ahead and put the cement on one more time just to seal anything that's inside there and give it one last press, and then it is all cemented on. So when I use the X-Acto knife, it takes away all the cement from the base of the plot plate around the piece. And so that was the first step I wanted to do, and then I wanted to go ahead and sand everything down and make the entire piece smooth so you can't see that when it's painted. After this 400 grit sandpaper, I used the 600 grit. Okay, so now that the piece is smooth, what I want to go ahead and do is take the sharp edge around the plow plate away from it. So again, I use the X-Acto knife, and I just kind of make that corner rounded instead of that sharp 90-degree angle. This helps to give the piece a little bit more of a finalized look. It looks more put together, a little more complete. And so this is the finalized product that you come out with, and although it's not perfect, this is my first time doing custom plow plate to this degree, I am very happy with it. Now, as far as the paint job goes, I'm not going to say what the theme of this build is just yet, because Tyler, who won this Gundam, he doesn't even know what the theme is, what's going on with my work in progresses. You will see more work in progresses where I do like the secondary and then the third colors, but you won't see the primary color, and I'm not going to release those videos until Tyler has this Gundam in his possession. The primary color, I'm going to keep that a close guarded secret until he gets it, and once he gets it, I'll release those videos, and I want to say this guy will be worth the wait. So if you liked the video today, go ahead and press the like button. If you want to comment about it, I will comment back to you, and then if you want to go ahead on this journey and see the builds that I do, go ahead and subscribe, because we have a lot of builds in the future that we're going to be building. So I just want to thank you for watching the video today. I hope you got something out of it, and until next time, I hope you don't feel that neglected now.